Right over the bin.
We're letting everyone in. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome.
Hi, everyone. We all good?
Yeah, everyone's coming on in.
Lovely. All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the last installment of Chef Larry's Zoom Cooking at Home. Hope everyone had a great Father's Day. This is my first Father's Day off in 22 years. I tracked it back to 1998.
Wow.
So went and worked out with my daughter in the morning, had lunch with the family, went to our buddies over here swimming pool in the afternoon, and went to my other buddy's house at night and cooked dinner for them. So really wasn't, I'd rather work. So
yeah, you had a full day.
Yeah, a full day. So coming up this week, Taylor will give you guys the hours. We got Fleet Review on Sunday, pretty much sold out. The late one. Thursday we open at 4. Friday I think we open at 2. Saturday at 11:30. Pretty much all day, weather depending. So let's get this show rolling. We're going to start mashed potatoes. So I've pre-washed my potatoes. Okay, I'm up to you if you want to leave the skins on or take them off. I'm going to leave the skins on because we're going to make it a little more rustic. And then we're going to roll that right into the broccoli and cauliflower right after. We're going to roast that. So cut them in half, small pieces, so it's not too large. The larger the pieces, the longer it takes to cook. Okay? Smaller pieces takes less time to cook. So these will probably take about 30 minutes. So I'm timing everything around 30 to 35 minutes so that everything will be served hot. Okay? So we're just cutting up wedges. We're going to put salt in the pot, water, and then we're going to bring them to a boil and then let them simmer. Right after that, we're going to go to the broccoli and the cauliflower. We want florets that we're going to toss in olive oil, salt, and pepper. Put them on a sheet pan and we're going to roast them. And then after that, then we're going to go to the lobsters, and I'll show you how to do the lobster tails so that they look beautiful. We actually, so the scissors are for, we cut the top of the shell of the lobsters, and then we take the meat out and lay it back on top of the shell. So it's all taken out, and then we just bake them. And that'll take about 12 to 15 minutes. And I think that's about it. We're going to do the fillets. We're going to salt fillets au poivre. All that means is with black pepper. So black pepper, sauteed, and then after they come out of the oven, we're going to make a sauce in the pan with some brandy and peppercorns and a little butter. Classic French dish, steak au poivre. All right, that's enough. So a little bit of salt in there, enough water to cover it, and then we're going to forget about this for about 30 minutes. Okay? Don't need this one. Okay, cauliflower. So I have a whole cauliflower here. I'm going to turn it upside down, and then I'm going to take a knife, leaving the core in the middle, and I'm going to cut all the way around it like a cone, and it's all going to come off at once. And then all I'm going to do is just pop it out. Comes right out. And then all the leaves are off, and you don't have to peel the leaves anymore.
Oh, that was impressive.
So then I'm going to take an inside cut here. So I want to get these not too big, again, so they don't take as long as to cut. So I'm going to cut on the inside as much meat without getting the flowers. And discard that. So we want this size, pretty much. We don't want these too big. Again, so they don't take as long to cook is the key. And then we're going to pretty much do the same exact thing with the broccoli. As all I'm going to do is just take the knife right up against the flour and just cut the florets off. Now, if we're at the club, this would go in for soup. We're not at the club. So, and then this is going to just get doused with some olive oil, salt and pepper on a sheet pan, and then into the oven. So again, we don't want too big the pieces, okay? Does anybody have any questions?
No question?
What should we be preheating the oven to?
Oven 400, okay? And then all this will be thrown in the oven.
Larry, do you afterwards post the recipes?
The recipes are on the website. All the ingredients are on the website.
Yeah, all the ingredients are included in the email that I sent as well, and I will post the video, the recording of this lesson onto the YouTube page tomorrow morning. So while we don't have the recipe exactly written out, you can watch the demo again, and you'll have all the ingredients.
So we're going to do about 3 ounces of oil. Just toss it. Lay them out on your half sheet pan, 1 layer. Get out of the way. And then we're going to season it with salt and pepper. So I don't season it too much because as they reduce down and water comes out of the vegetables and they shrink, the salt becomes concentrated. What's that? Is there a type of salt you use? Yeah, kosher salt, always. And into the oven. So we're looking about 30 minutes. So that'll be about 6:40. So that's where my timing is going to be for everything when the veggies are done. Okay. Any other questions before we start on the lobsters, guys? All right. These are Maine lobster tails, 4 to 5 ounces. This is what we use at the club. Mariana's had a great sale on them if you took advantage of that. So fan the tail out, okay? And now we're gonna take the scissors. So I'm gonna take the scissors and I'm gonna cut the shell. All I'm doing is looking to cut the shell right down the middle, all the way down to the tail. Okay, so all I did was take that little piece. If you cut some of the meat, don't worry about it. Now what you wanna do is open it up, okay? And now we're going to remove the meat from the shell and then lay it back on top. So fan this out. So you see how the meat is out of there? All I'm going to do is lay this lobster right on top of it, just like that. That's how we're going to bake it. So on my pan, I'm going to put it like this, and then the other one, I'll put the tail this way so they don't get in the way. So let me do that again. I got a bunch of them because there's some, my son wanted some for his wife. So cut it down. Break it a little bit. Now you have to be careful because this shell will cut your fingers, and it's cut my fingers many times. So you want to be pretty careful with that. All I'm doing is just cracking it, and the meat comes right up. You don't want to rip it all the way off. I leave this little tail end in here, and then we fold that back, and then we lay it right on top. Okay? Does anybody have any questions? And then I'm going to season that with salt, pepper, and olive oil, a little lemon juice, and a little white wine. And then we're going to bake those in the oven for about 12 to 15 minutes, or until they're cooked. So I'll show you how to tell if they're cooked. Usually what I'll do is I'll lift this up and touch underneath, and if that's cooked, it's ready to go. Okay, so I'm going to do all these. and you guys can see. So when we have big events like this is all the work, is to get 100 lobster tails out of the shell without losing too many fingertips or pieces. So, but we go pretty quick on them.
Yeah, I can see that. Not losing too many fingertips is definitely the key.
Oh, I've ripped my fingers open so many times doing these.
Looks pretty though.
Is anybody having difficulty getting the shells open? No? Ah! That one ripped off. Imagine doing this 100 times. Takes a while. Now, what will happen is sometimes the lobsters will die. And so, like if we're doing a table of 10, I'll actually cook at least one extra because if they're soft, this one feels a little soft. I don't know if this one's going to be alive. It's just nature, and there's nothing we can do about it, and I don't know about it before. I always find out about it after it's done cooking. So we're going to hit these with a little bit of wine, white wine. Okay. Fresh lemon juice. Salt and pepper. Now at the club, we would sprinkle a little paprika on the top as well. I don't even think I have any, but I'm not going to do it here. And I'm actually going to put these off to the side. I'm going to wait about 5 minutes before putting those in because I want to time everything.
Okay.
Now you can serve. You can serve those with drawn butter. It's up to you. I will show you how to do that after. But at the club, we do clarified butter. So we separate the milk fats from the butter itself. And you'll see that when I do this. Okay.
What is the temperature for the oven for the lobsters?
400. Everything will be 400. It's amazing how quiet the dogs are. It's like they know this. I got one laying over there and one laying over there. Okay.
Chef, will the broccoli also go in the oven?
Yep. Broccoli and cauliflower together. They cook about the same time. They soften up just as much. Broccoli will get a little browner before the cauliflower will. Okay, next, steak au poivre. I don't want to start these yet. I need about 5 minutes to kill. So, black pepper, butter, green peppercorns, and salt, and a little brandy. So we're going to season these with salt and pepper, 2 fillets. And then we're going to dunk them in the ground black pepper. You can use cracked or brown. So you want a little crust on there, okay? Just like that. And I don't want to start these yet either because we're going to be waiting for this stuff. Make this crank out. I don't want to wait. So then we're going to get a pan hot. We're going to sear the beef, turn it once, finish it in the oven. Probably 10 to 12 minutes at 400 degrees.
I'm sorry, chef. What do we do with these? How we just dip them in the dunk them in the pepper?
What did you want to know?
I missed the instructions altogether on these.
Oh, can you just quickly go over the pepper on the steaks? He
Yeah.
just cracked the pepper into the plate and then, yeah, dipped them into the pepper.
Okay, nothing else on them first or anything?
Just salt. Salt first. Then I took them and pressed them in, turned them over, pressed them in, and that's all that's sitting right here. Okay?
Right.
Right there. Okay?
Yeah, so it's just a nice coating.
What's that?
It's like a crust.
Yeah. That's all it is a peppercorn crust. All right, I've got 3 minutes to kill. Taylor, do you want to do any promotions, upcoming events? Let the members know about booking private events.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're reopening this weekend. Very exciting. I will go over the hours again that Chef mentioned. So starting this week, we will be open Thursday from 4 to 8, Friday from 2 to 8. These are the kitchen hours. Saturday 11:30 to 8, and Sunday 11 to 3. This week, we have the predicted log race happening on Saturday. We also have Dragon Force racing on Saturday, and we have the Lady Skipper race. We will also have the dining hours that I just mentioned. And then Sunday, we'll be having the fleet review. We have plenty of seats left for the fleet review if you want to come and watch the processional. We have plenty of room on the patio. We will be serving the barbecue package. The menu is blackened shrimp, barbecue ribs, potato salad, coleslaw, mac and cheese, grilled vegetables, and herb roasted chicken, courtesy of the one and only Chef Larry. And that will be available for 2, 4, or 6. You can make reservations for that. You can email me if you want, catering@chicagoyachtclub.org. I'm happy to put in the reservations for you. Or you can go on the calendar and you can register for the 11 o'clock, and that will be to watch the processional. If you want to be in the processional, we also have that up on the calendar that you can sign up for. And if you have any questions at all, you can email me. And we're really excited to see all of you very soon.
Come on, buddy.
We are moving into phase 4 with the city. So that means that events will go up to 50 people. So we are booking private events at the club. Different safety precaution measures will be taken. Of course, the same thing that guidelines will apply to private events that we have going for the dining at the club. But we will be booking parties of up to 50. So if you have any private event needs, you can also let me know.
Does anyone have any questions about that? That's what's going on in the kitchen. All right, I'm going to shift this back over. These are not going to be done by the time I do it, but that's all right. Okay, lobsters are going to go in the oven, 620. So I'm going to check these about 6:32 after 12 minutes. I want this pan super hot. You can scan over your thing.
What's the pan for, Chef?
We're going to saute the fillets.
Okay.
Okay, so I want this super hot. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop a little bit of olive oil in there. Okay. Brown them. I recommend putting a vent on because they're going to smoke because of the pepper on them. And once this starts smoking a little bit like it is, and it's hot enough to go. Okay. So you can hear a nice singe. We're going to let that sit for about a minute. We're going to turn it and sit another minute, and then we're going to bake them.
All right. I'm going to post the new club hours in the chat for everyone to see.
Taylor, are the hours posted on the club website?
I believe they are. Sarah, I just read an email that they're posted.
Okay, great.
Or that they will be very soon if they're not.
Chef, if our potatoes are done, should we drain them?
Drain them, cream, butter, salt, pepper, and then handheld blender to mix them. It's up to you if you want to just wait and do it along with me. So we're looking for golden brown. Look how beautiful that looks. We're going to let that sit, and we're going to crisp up the other side. And then we're going to go in the oven. This is going to take, my guess is 10 minutes to eat it medium rare. Now, French restaurants, they'll take some butter in here, and here, let me show you what they will do. They'll put a drop of butter in here right now. And then they would, and they'll baste it. You'll see all these guys do this. So what they'll do is they'll take all this fat and just baste it on top, getting all that flavor. But we're going to do that after with the sauce. Okay, so this is going in the oven. I'm going to check this in 9 minutes.
What's the oven at, 400?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Shift this one back since my potatoes are not going to be done. So we're going to do a little, that's the pepper buzz coming back in my mouth. All right, we're going to do a little melted butter.
Chef, how long on each side for the steaks?
It's about a minute on each side, and then we're going to go in the oven with them, probably 9 minutes. I have 6-ounce plates. So clarified butter. We do clarified butter a little different. All I'm going to do is melt this butter, and you'll see all the solids come out. I'm going to skim those off so that the butter becomes clarified. Okay?
All right.
Have to wipe the glasses off because they got grease on them.
Glasses problems. I feel your pain.
Occupational hazard.
Yeah, seriously. Well, at least it didn't go in your eye. That's what I always think. If you didn't have the glasses, it's like built-in goggles.
Ah, so spread the grease all over. So, yeah. Does anyone have any questions?
Got some more people joining us.
Should we stir the broccoli or anything?
She what?
Should we stir the broccoli
Can you
color?
toss the broccoli or stir it at all?
It's up to you. I don't usually do it until it gets brown. When the broccoli starts turning brown, then it's done to me.
So no, you no need to stir the broccoli.
Hey, leave those squirrels alone. So Taylor, how many people have we got signed up in front of you there?
We have 22. Oh, Mr. Dwight Jensen's joining us.
22, and then how many on each row? 5 or 6?
Oh, wait, let me go back into gallery mode. We have a question. Is the broccoli supposed to be in the oven?
Yes.
And how long should it be in the oven total?
We've had it in since 6:09, and it's going to be a total of 30 minutes.
Okay, so yes, the broccoli should be in the oven, and it should go in the oven for a total of 30 minutes. All right.
So this is what it looks like. So, as you see the steam coming off the broccoli, it's not brown yet. It's still hard. So we're going to continue to cook that. Okay.
Okay.
Blaze, I'm actually going to turn these so that they get an equal crust on both sides. Man, those smell good. Now lobsters are cooking. Mashed potatoes are just coming up. Melted butter. So as you can see, on the top of this, there's a film. This is all the milk fat. So at the club, we'll cook like 10 pounds of butter, and all the milk solids will come to the top, and then we'll skim all those off. Since I'm at home, I'm not going to do that, just because I love these guys. They need all the extra fat. So what would also happen is it becomes clarified. So that's the butter that we can saute any product in that we want. So like when the guys make hollandaise sauce, we use clarified butter. So milk fat is about this much, and then all the melted butter is down here. So we take off all the milk fat, and we're left with clarified butter. So the beauty of clarified butter is when you saute it, there's no fat in it to burn. So when you put it in a saute pan, you saute it, it's brown, so it's like olive oil. It doesn't burn. Okay? Okay, so that's why we use clarified butter. All right, potatoes are just
Okay.
coming up. These are not going to be done in like 15 minutes. I'm not that good. We'll see what happens. So Taylor, how many people have you got on each row?
All right, I have, well, it's not, the rows aren't exactly equal.
You got like 4 rows of 6 people.
1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 rows of 1, 2, well. Yeah, 4 rows of 6, yeah.
Okay, so let's go. Since I'm a huge Michael Jordan fan, as those of you can tell, so let's go to row 2.
Okay,
And starting from left to right, count 1, 2, 3 for 23. And whoever is sitting in that position, I'm gonna have you and a guest out to my house on a Monday. What I do at my house on Mondays is we laugh, we eat, we drink, and Chef Larry cooks and puts out a huge spread of food. I do it usually once a month. So I'm going to coordinate with a Monday with whoever that member is at row 2, position 3. Them and a guest will come out to my house. We'll eat, we'll drink, and we actually laugh a lot. So who is that person, Taylor?
so row 2, position 3,
Yes.
the Theodore Herr, Mr. Herr.
Mr. Herr, congratulations.
Yay, Mr. and Mrs. Herr, I see you. Oh, they're so excited, yay. Congratulations. Yay.
We can't
That
believe
sounds
it.
so fun.
Did you see my fingers crossed?
Yeah.
Who's he with?
Very good. His wife, Mr. and Mrs. Herr. They're both there. That's great.
Mr. Herr, if you could send me chef@chicagoyachtclub.org your email address, and we'll coordinate over the next few weeks what works for you. I live in Mundelein. That's the only downfall. I don't know where you live. It takes me about 50 minutes to get from the club. So, and I'll get you the best of directions how to get to the house. So, congratulations. Thanks for all your support. Guys, this has been a blast for me. We've been between 40 and 50 people the first 5 or 6 events. And for me, it's fun. But to have you guys and see how things really get done in the kitchen, this is how we do things, just on a larger scale. So hope you guys have enjoyed it as much as I have. All right,
I know that I have too.
We're going to keep that going a little more. So let me check doneness on the fillets because I do not want to overcook them. So what we're looking for me is medium rare. So we're going to take it and we're going to squeeze the sides. And I am almost there, okay? So if it is soft and loose, okay, this is a little bit soft and this is a little bit loose. Right now, these are sitting at rare. I'm gonna go another 2 minutes on these, and these are done. And then we're gonna let them rest. And then we'll finish up the sauce in the pan.
Chef, how do we know when the lobster is done? We have some questions about the lobster being done.
So lobsters went in at 6:20. Mine have been in 10 minutes. I'm not even gonna look at them yet because it takes between 12 and 15 minutes in a convection oven. So what you'll notice is if you want to take the top of them off, you'll see underneath there if they're cooked or if they're still raw. If they're raw, you continue to cook them. If they're cooked, you'll squeeze them, and if they're rubbery, they're done. Okay.
Okay.
Let me see. Mine aren't done yet. Mine are still pretty rare on the lobsters.
And Chef, if their lobster tails were frozen and they just want to steam them, it's the same way to tell that they're done, right? It's done when it's done.
I would, if they're frozen, I would cut them in half. Okay. I would actually put them in your microwave to loosen them up, and then I would cook them in water, salt, and lemon juice, and that will take about 6 minutes, 6 to 8 minutes. Okay, let's get these beautiful things out of here. Okay, so fillets are done. I'm gonna let these rest on another plate and keep them warm. So if I was to leave them in this pan, they will continue to cook, okay? My fillets are done. I don't want them to continue to cook. So I'm gonna put them back here, and we're just gonna let those rest. So in this pan, you wanna bring out your brandy. So do not touch the handle, it's hot, Larry. God knows I've done that 150 times. Okay, so we're gonna turn the handle on. We're gonna get the heat going here. So we're gonna make basically as a pan sauce. So I have all the flavor from the filet, and then if any juice rolls off there while it's resting, I'm gonna pour that in here. So we're gonna pour an ounce or two. Keep your fan on. Now, what we would do with the club is we would flambe it, just like that. Okay? So what we're doing is we're cooking off the alcohol from the brandy. Okay? Now what we're going to do is just take some butter. I would say about 2 or 3 ounces, and we're just going to melt it in. And then we're going to hit peppercorns with it. So all I'm going to do here is just melt this in. I'm going to turn this down really slow. And all I want to do is melt the butter. And then I'll taste it after. There's probably enough salt in here left from the filet. But we want to taste to make sure everything is seasoned. So you're going to get a little sweet, a little acid, and a richness from the butter. So until the butter's all melted. Now we want to taste that. So it'll be a heavy pepper taste, and we're just going to take that right over the fillets when I go to serve them.
What if they only have ground green pepper? Should they still use it in the sauce?
You don't have to put the peppercorns in. It's just add a little spice. So what I'm getting is the peppercorn flavor, the sweetness from the brandy, and the richness of the butter. That's what's sitting right here. Okay? So lobsters have been in 14 minutes. Son, why don't you pan down here and we'll take a look at these babies. Okay, so lobsters are right here. I'm gonna squeeze them so they're still a little bit soft, okay? So I need at least 3 or 4 more minutes on these, okay? We're also gonna take a look at the broccoli and cauliflower. Again, we want these roasted. Still got some water. If you want, taste the piece. 5 minutes. But we're going to be waiting on the potatoes, is my guess. Just because I didn't start them in time. Put too many in.
Chef, are you also allergic to lobster?
Yes, can't eat lobster.
No lobster.
No lobster, no shrimp, no seafood, no tuna, no nothing.
Nothing from the sea.
A lot of meat and chicken. A lot of chicken.
Love it. Good for the Midwest.
Okay, does anybody have any questions while we're waiting? For me, there's not a lot of cleanup today, which is great. My wife appreciates that too. Questions, anyone?
Everyone seems to be okay. Can you show us the clarified butter again?
So the clarified butter on the top. So I'm going to actually move the butter fat over for you. You see the little butter on the top? And if I remove that, underneath there is the clarified butter, okay? So over here is the milk fats that we're removing. And underneath that is the butter that's all clear. And that's what we want. So that's when we do lobster tails, drawn lobster tails at the club. You get this part here, no fat. But my friends here, they're getting fat.
Thanks, Larry.
Okay, so the juice from the meat, I'm going to pour that in because that's all flavor going to go into the sauce. To give it a rich meat flavor. But look how dark and great color this is. Here, Margie, I want you to taste that.
Oh my gosh.
Don't touch it.
I won't. Yeah, don't touch it, Larry.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
All right, so you want to taste this here. So you tell me what you taste. I don't want to tell you what you taste. This is Margie. Say hi, Margie.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Margie.
Tastes caramely.
So that's the sweetness you're tasting from the alcohol. You got a little
Peppery.
peppery is from
And then-
the peppercorns on the fillet
And then the meat.
and the meat juice.
And it's divine. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, let's turn this off. We're done here. I'm actually going to take this right over the top. I'll wait for that. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm waiting on potatoes. I will walk you guys through potatoes because I don't want to keep you on longer than you need to. All right, let's check the lobsters. So the lobsters have been 17 minutes, beginning to right now. So again, squeeze. All right, so they're just about there. So remember when I said there's a dead one? There might be some dead ones. This one here is dead. So you see how loose that is? There's nothing we can do about that. It just happens, okay? See how loose the meat is? It's just mush, okay? Dead, throw it away, don't eat it. It's no good. I think I have another one here. This one's a little soft also. It happens. There's nothing you can do about it. So we want to check underneath it. See how clear the meat is? Okay, I'm going to give this another minute.
So Chef, why can't you eat it?
Because it's mush.
Oh, so it just doesn't taste.
So what happens is they'll take lobsters, and if you have dead lobsters, what we do, we have dead lobsters over here. We make sauce, stocks, and soups out of those.
Yeah.
Okay, so we use everything. So they'll take lobsters like that
Yeah.
at the club, and I'll order. They're called lobster stills, which means they're dead.
Mhm.
So what happens is they'll buy my fish guys will buy X amount of lobsters, and if they don't use them in a week, they can't call them live and fresh lobsters anymore. So they'll freeze those. I get those at a discounted rate, so it's like $4 or $5 a pound for whole lobsters that I make, like lobster bisque, lobster sauce, lobster stock.
Wow.
So that's what happens. They don't want to take a full loss, so the lobster tails actually cost them like $20 a pound. A whole lobster is about, I guess, about $11, $12 a pound right now. But at least they're getting something for it. So that's
Right.
what they do. Okay?
Okay. Did not know that.
All right. Dunzo. Check these. These are probably done also. So if you want to check, broccoli will be done before the cauliflower. So my recommendation would be to taste just a little piece of cauliflower. And if it's soft when you eat it, it's done. Done. Oven off. So Brandon, take a picture of what this looks like. So on the bottom, you see how brown the cauliflower is? How beautiful that is? So we tossed it, again, just very simple. Salt, pepper, olive oil. Okay? Bowl for that. Let's see if there's a bowl in that cabinet, Marge, please. Any size, it doesn't matter. Don't break anything, though. Yeah, that'll be fine. I'll use that for the lobster.
Oh.
Let me see if I can get a bowl. Now that- there.
Uh-oh. Show us a close-up of that lobster, Brandon. Nice. There we go. Okay, people. Lobster time. And don't forget, we want to see your pictures. So send us a picture of your lobster and fillet tonight. You can email them to sarahcommunications@chicagoyachtclub.org. Tag us in your Instagram and on your Facebook. We love seeing your photos and sharing them.
Look how beautiful those babies look. See, got another dead one. Nothing we can do. Terrible. But it happens.
Why they were buy one, get one free.
There you go.
Good call, son. Good call. They're $12 for a reason. For two.
Yep.
Come on, Jay, try a piece. Healthiest thing you'll eat all day.
Everything at the house is salty. Wow, that's amazing.
All right, going for it.
Salt and pepper.
Yummy, yummy.
So again, very simple preparation. And sometimes it's just best to keep it simple, stupid. Cut a little lemon up for these guys. What I'll do next is I'll show you the fillet, the temperature and the cook on it. I can just put a little wedge of lemon on there. Hey, buddy. Hi.
I didn't eat you.
They're waiting for dinner.
Oh yeah, they're like, hey, those lobsters that you threw in the trash look pretty good.
They're always waiting for dinner. Okay, so here's what the fillets are going to look like. So I want all that flavor, all that juice in there. And then we're just going to take that and hit it right on top. Look how decadent that looks.
Beautiful.
And then what we're going to do, since it's rested, we're going to see if I'm any good at this. We'll cut it right down the middle and we'll see if it's medium rare. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
So this is why my son comes over here.
Yep.
And his friends.
Here you go, buddy. Merry Christmas. How is it?
I could eat that all day. What do you think? That videotape for free?
Yeah. Yeah.
The one with the sign will work for food.
hmm
It's taught well.
All right, potatoes. I talked enough. I'm going to give these a whirl. All right, so we're going to drain them all the way. So why I add cream, everyone's like cream, cream, cream. You will taste a major difference when I add cream into these, the richness of the potatoes, okay? So we're going to take these off, make sure they're soft, okay? If you can get a spoon, cut them through a spoon, they're soft enough, okay? And we're going to let those drain, okay? That's terrible. So I'm going to do, for this amount, half a stick of butter and about 2 ounces of cream. Okay? And then salt and pepper. See if it's any good.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So handheld blender, keep it on low, make sure they're in. Make sure they're in. Okay, we're going to go low. And all we're going to do is blend these up until they're smooth. Now, since I left the skins on, I'm going to probably have to add a little more liquid to them, which is all right. See how thick those are? So I'm going to add a little more liquid because I don't like my mashed potatoes that thick. Maybe even a little more. Holy cow. Very starchy, these potatoes. And why I leave the skins on is I want them a little rustic. Okay?
Chef, I'm sorry if you answered the question. What kinds of potato did you use?
Somebody asked a question. I didn't hear him.
Chef, what kind of potato did you use?
What's that?
Potatoes.
What's that?
What kind of potatoes?
These are Yukon Gold yellow potatoes. So I probably added a good 4 or 5 ounces of cream in this. But you'll tell with the lightness, and then you want to taste them before you serve them.
And then why don't you use just a potato masher, chef, so that you can get this texture?
What happens is when I use it whips air into it, so it makes them lighter. It needs just a touch of salt. And these are done. Yeah. So there we have it, gang. Take a look at this. Will you look at this? Take a look at that.
Looks delicious.
I don't think it gets much better than that. That's why I saved this one for last. And you were never going to get a pastry demonstration on me because I hate doing pastry. So this is the closest thing. Consider this your pastry demo. Does anybody have any questions?
Any last questions for Chef?
Yeah, I've got a question in regard about frozen lobster tails that you buy at the store. Are they good for the doing this, or are they just good for stock? If they're
No, so that's what I got over here, the ones that I bought from Mariano. So they had 2 for $12,
right,
or 2 for $11. That's what I bought. We're frozen. I just thawed them out. So, but again, sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not good. And I just,
you really got to check them out.
there's nothing you can check if they're frozen. You just got to hope and pray that when you open them up. That's the problem with lobster tails.
Okay, thanks.
Versus live lobsters. There's really no, I can't give you any advice on what to look for, because usually if they're frozen, there's nothing to smell. If they're not frozen, you can usually get the smell through the packaging. I would smell the packaging. That's what I would do. So, okay.
Thanks for that.
Okay.
Any other questions, guys?
I don't think so. We are so excited to see everyone starting this week. So come see us at the club. Come eat with us. And I will have this last episode posted on the YouTube channel probably by tomorrow morning.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you soon. God, let's get this thing rolling.
Woo, finally.
Thank you.
We're
I'm
ready.
gonna miss our Monday.
Thank you, Chef.
I'm gonna miss our Monday light nights an awful lot.
Thank you very much.
I'm ready to have you cook for me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Taylor.
Bye, guys. Y'all have a great night.
Taylor.
Thank you, Larry.
Thank you.